10 seconds.
Catch you on the flap side.
Can we get a monster check, please?
6, 5,
Go to black.
4, 3.
7 WEOB, The Asylum.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Would Foghorn Leghorn make a really bad book narrator?
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. And by worst, I'm talking as bad as my Aunt Jenny's corn pudding. That stuff will sink you like a stone.
Okay, that was
You getting all this in there, son? I just added that last part. It's called ad-libbing. Anyway, it was the
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Is everybody here?
Yes, teacher.
Susie Sparrow.
Here, teacher.
Birdie Birdbrain. Here, teacher. The Canary Sisters.
Here, here.
Penelope Pinfeather.
Hello, everybody. I'm the Loud House Critic, one guy with 1,000 views and all the episodes I must review. So now we come to the end of May, and today's episode is really not too interesting. Now, that isn't saying it's bad. It just doesn't pique too much my interest, or at least most people's interest in this episode. Future tense, the 35th episode in season 2 of The Loud House, and it's likely above all the 87th episode. So now we have a future tense, but later on we had a present tense. I suppose the next thing they might be doing is past tense. And if that even happens, I am going to scream. So there were so many people that actually requested me to actually review this episode. And yeah, this was the last one I actually pulled out for May. As of right now, I'm actually working on June reviews. And I do have my Father's Day episode already finished. And without spoiling too much of my thoughts about this episode, I'm just gonna say, I didn't really quite enjoy this episode as I did with present tense. There was something about this episode that didn't quite actually work or fit well with this story. What is it? Well, let's go check this out and see why it's future tense. I won't even ask what the fuck Lana is actually doing there. Swimming in mud. You might as well be making scum angels.
MILF. MILF. MILF.
I better stop getting sidetracked and get back to the review.
Ugh, I'm covered in dandelions.
Well, you look dandy, and I'm not lying.
Hey, that's a good one.
Whoa! What's going on out here?
What the fuck?
Who's that? They look so perfect.
That's not an easy word to say these days.
Yeah, I'll say. Their shiny teeth hurt my eyes.
Shiny teeth, I love them, and they all love me. I should have talked to you when I got 32. Woo! Shiny teeth and me, shiny teeth, shiny teeth and me, shiny teeth.
If you ask me, they must be a bunch of happy gay Jewish people. And I want y'all to remember what I said back in Family Bonding Review, because trust me, we're gonna get back on that subject in this episode review.
Guess we got a new family moving in on the street.
Let's put off weeding until tomorrow and go welcome them to the neighborhood. As soon as I clean up.
On it! Good to go.
And fix your hair. You're like a damn cockatoo.
Hi, we're your neighbors. I'm Rita Loud, and this is my husband, Lynn.
Great to meet you, Bumper and Jancy Yates. And I brought you a little housewarming gift, some of my famous lasagna.
Thank you. How nice. Though we really don't do dairy.
It makes our kids sluggish, but we could share it with the needy.
You know, we're already a few minutes into this episode, and right now, this family is starting to creep me out. Must be the damn Cheshire Cat grin that they have on their faces. That's kind of the smile a pedophile would use.
My head begins to jingle most every time I nod. 'Cause obviously, quite obviously, I'm odd.
Oh, won't you come in?
We won't take up too much of your time. We're sure you have a lot of unpacking to do.
Or not.
All these elderly white men on the walls. Should have brought my rape whistle.
Wow, how did you do that so fast?
We don't like putting things off. It sends a bad message to the kids.
Let's tell that to the people who are actually working on this show, sending a bad message to everybody out here. Season 5 failed to live it up, but season 6, people are just giving up already. Even I'm starting to. But maybe something might actually change in season 6, especially for one episode I really so much enjoyed.
Speaking of our kids.
Hey, Mom and Dad, can I borrow the car tonight? I have debate practice and then my computer coding class.
Of course, Beatrix. Don't forget to eat your protein-based snack before class and your carb-based snack after.
I would love you if you never do that smile again.
You got that right. Could you just stop smiling like that? It's really sending a bad message for anyone not to get laid with you. Or at least any of y'all.
I got first place in the state math bowl.
Great work, Bumper Jr. You can put that in the trophy room.
Bumper Jr.? You really named that kid Bumper Jr.? Okay, who smoked that weed? Unless they all are on it.
I got the internship at the UN.
That's fantastic, Belle.
And I finally nailed that tricky passage of Bach's Partita in D minor.
Well, I have to hand it to them. Their daughter Belle can really play that violin. I could see Luna actually play the violin more.
Will you guys take me to my gallery opening tonight?
Of course, Bo.
Gomawayo.
He's in a Korean English immersion program.
Well, there's something you don't see every day.
Whoa! Bo, Belle, Bumper Jr., Beatrix. All their names start with B's. That's kind of weird. Especially for a few of those names I never even heard of. And one of those names I wouldn't even call one of my kids. Hell, I'd rather be calling my daughter Wednesday. Which I wouldn't be too surprised if there was a family that came across the street that are kind of like the Addams, but somehow Lucy can actually relate to them. I mean, they had Scooby-Doo and the gang actually meet the Addams family.
Wow, your kids sure are impressive.
Yeah, is there anything they're not good at?
How about them not smiling? That would make me more comfortable to be around them than thus be afraid of them.
Well, we feel like they have to be well-rounded. It's such a competitive world out there.
If we don't encourage them to realize their full potential, we're failing them. I'm sure you guys can relate.
No comment about this. Oh wait, I do. Survey says...
No!
You stupid bastard!
So, they were nice.
Ha! No! We're failing our kids!
That isn't saying much. Haven't y'all always been failing with your kids? I know in further episodes they're failing with their kids once more again, but some of them in the past episodes in season 2 and 1, they really don't seem to catch on quick enough to actually punish the little bastards. So what are they gonna do?
Survey says...
Sorry about that. Okay, look, lady. This is not the time.
Don't be like that. It's just a little kiss.
I said no touching.
Where are we going? I was supposed to meet the guys at the mud hole after school.
Your father and I signed you up for some extracurricular activities today.
And is it just me, or am I hearing the motor actually speeding up here like he's just going fucking fast? Good fuck, slow down. You couldn't kill somebody in an accident.
I feel it's really important for you guys to be well-rounded in this competitive world.
Well-rounded? You want us to bulk up? Sweet!
No, Lynn, you're actually going to the Learning Center.
You're great at sports, honey, but to realize your full potential, you could use a boost in your academics.
I'm great at math!
Huh? What's so funny?
Oh.
A TD plus extra point equals 7, but if you go for a conversion, then it's 8. Boom! Math!
I don't know who the fuck you're learning this from.
I believe you suck!
Hey, I don't need to take any lip from a frickin' girl.
You should talk! You're gonna regret making that!
You are so vile. Do your parents even like you?
Ooh, ouch.
She's got you there, Loud!
Flag on the play!
That's a yellow card.
Ceramic studio? Are we lost?
No, sweetie, this is your stop. You're great at science, but to be well-rounded, you need to embrace the arts.
Hey, where did that blue circle come from? Or am I just imagining that? Well, we are in a universe that's 2D land, which all of us in this universe is drawn by somebody, putting us frame by frame on each different stage. But in our case of this show, they're doing everything on a software computer. But on a related note, in a goofy short on how to hook up your home theater, this was the first kind of project that was a paperless technology that Disney actually created. We're all being drawn, but except it's on the computer instead. And that should be the answer to all.
That was, really unusual.
Yes, good call! I was just on the verge of curing the H1N1 virus, but hey, why don't I go make a coffee mug instead?
Fuck you! No, fuck you, yo nutless mother—
Language! Sorry.
Royal Woods Community College? What the hey, pop star?
Luna, we love your fun lingo, but to get ahead in life, it wouldn't hurt to brush up on your English.
Yeah, that would be the pan calling the crockpot Jewish, considering a underheaded idiot was always thinking that he was a Brit.
Survey says...
And Lori and Lenny, you'll be taking SAT prep classes. That's the best way to get into a good college.
What about just using the front door?
Let's book Lenny for the double session.
Yes.
Please do that shit.
You know, sending Luna, Lenny, and Lori off to college, I almost felt like this was foreshadowing something for their future in further episodes. Because ironically speaking, Lori actually did go off to college, and she got less shown in season 5, and Lenny actually takes the big step ahead of leadership. In fact, I'd be too surprised when Lenny actually starts to leave and when she graduates. I'd like to see how the way Luna would actually be in charge.
Life isn't all about laughs, honey. We think you'll learn more about serious matters by interning at the mayor's office.
Well, Mayor Davey ruined too! Get it? But seriously, I don't want to do this.
Neither do I. And isn't she much of a minor to actually be working at City Hall? Do y'all even know what they even do there? Why so serious?
Survey says...
He fucked me in the ass.
Basketball?
We love how independent you are, honey, but when you get out into the real world, you'll need to know how to work with a team.
Of humans? Ugh.
Look, being antisocial is no fun, especially when you're autistic. I'm not saying Lucy is, I'm just saying to those who actually are artistic out there, it's better to actually come into the light than stay in the dark all the time. It's no fun to actually stay in one place for too long. Then again, we did see Lucy at a basketball game, but she was a ghost in that one.
Volunteering at a soup kitchen will look great on your resume.
You know what won't look great? Me in a hairnet!
And is that so bad?
Yeah, okay, yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Talk about child labor laws.
Finishing school will teach you some valuable social graces.
I got social graces up the wazoo!
Oh, excellent, Judge. Yeah, sure. Not.
That's bloody charming, that is.
Survey says...
So you better make that call.
And that leaves us to Lincoln.
Where am I going? A police academy? Military school?
Nope, you're going home to read comics.
I knew I was your favorite.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. You asshole! There he goes again, like he did with Ties That Bind. I just think Lincoln is trying to be like his sisters, especially Lola.
Hey!
But something nips him in the ass.
The Senator Squad? Lawmaking in action?
What the hell?
Yes, these are educational comic books. They'll help broaden your outlook.
So, not your favorite.
Hell no! Ever catch around that fat fucker again, I'll chain you to the bedpost.
So much mighty and confident that Rita and Lynn are actually feeling that their kids are actually being well educated and feel like they got everything in a circle. The next day in the Loud House.
Another day, another educational comic.
At least you don't have to spend your day making ceramic gravy boats.
Well, maybe that will teach you a lesson for making fun of your brother in Picture Perfect.
At least you can talk how you want it, bruh. I mean, my lady.
Now, at least you ain't talking how the way I talk.
Kids, where are you going? It's Saturday. Go have fun.
Saturday morning a cappella with dudes.
Do you see, okay, I need to stop that. Do you actually see the predictability that actually is gonna happen here?
Luann, that's not a duck face. Lenny, I wasn't ready. Say hi to the internet.
Hiya, Louds. Hey there, neighbors. Got some fun plans for the weekend?
Yes, we do. We're doing some volunteer work for the city, planting trees.
It's all about turning downtime into well-round time.
Hey, did I just see that circle again? Or am I just imagining that scene that how this is a cartoon? Again, I don't like how the way they're looking at me as they are grinning like a fucking Cheshire cat. It makes me want to run away and lock the doors. But guess what this makes Rita and Lynn actually think? Now what the hell happened to It's Saturday?
The only thing I should be picking up is my axe.
You'll thank us for this one day.
Hell no, son. I may be a loudmouth, but at least I got the brains. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking like Foghorn.
But probably not today.
I've got mud in my mouth.
Lucky.
I'm going to be seeing hamburger wrappers in my sleep tonight.
That's a nice little animation as all the siblings are actually walking inside. It looks like the same kind of animation tech that they're using on Pigpen from the Peanuts universe. I love spotting things like this in the show. Although I'm actually starting to miss the show of what it actually had and the charm that it used to have back in the first 3 seasons, and maybe a bit in season 4. But I got a cure for that bad dream. What? Space Ghost Coast to Coast helps me clear my mind. I just can't wait to do my own talk show as soon as I'm done being the Loud House Critic.
All right, kids. You're free to do whatever you want for the rest of the day.
Guys, I just ran into Bumper Senior at the coffee shop, and he said they're taking their kids to the symphony for cultural enrichment.
What? Watch up, kids. We're going to the opera.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh yeah, this does not take a huge Loud House fan to actually figure what this predictability is going to lead up to. I love Broadway and musicals, but I really hate opera myself. But guess who actually enjoys this, if y'all remember, for Bros About to Rock?
Do they look enriched?
Ave Dominus, Dominus
But this is the kind of opera I actually enjoy on television.
Fortunatissimo, fortunatissimo, fortunatissimo per verità.
Wasn't that enriching, guys?
I just ran into Jancy. Her kids are raising money for schools. She says it's important to keep them civic-minded.
Back in the car.
I'm really starting to not like the Yateses.
You and me both, Lori. And I thought the Miller family was the worst. Hold on to your comments out there. That explanation is actually gonna come. And is it just me, or am I the only one who thinks that Lily doesn't get any so much the torture as so much the kids are actually getting in this episode? Hell, she got tortured later and health kicked. Hell, and even got left out during House Flip. Quite literally, so to speak. But as soon as the kids are actually going to have 10 hours of sleep, which I wish I actually had, because normally I would have 7 or nearly 6 hours of sleep. Then again, 8 hours. Do I even need to tell you all what's actually gonna happen next? If you have already seen this episode?
I think we've earned a little R&R. You want to watch that show where they reenact old movies with cats?
Do I?
Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Get it? I don't.
We interrupt Casablanca for this special news report.
I'm standing here with the Yates family who just saved an endangered turtle.
Holy fuck!
Oh, shut up! Turn him off.
We want our kids to appreciate the importance of protecting wildlife.
Okay, this Yates family is really fucking scaring me and it's pissing me off too. These people there think they're so much better than others around here, but let me tell you something, nobody's fucking perfect. And you know, about me comparing the Millers to the Yates, somehow I think they might actually be working together. Like this Yates family's pretending that they're all so smiley and happy all the time, when really they must be hiding something dark in that house. I mean, take a look at the clothes details, and even those damn sweater scarves that they got around their neck. Did Ryan, Carly, and Jeff actually have those around their necks? And yet, when the Loud family actually welcomed the Millers to the neighbor, they offered them a cherry pie, and they rejected that. I mean, they did the same thing with the Yates. They offered them lasagna, but somehow they didn't even want it.
Sizzle of hot lasagna.
Oh, I hope not. I hope that's not a plan for them destroying lasagna. Otherwise, Mr. Grouse is gonna have a fucking conniption. Then again, that may not be a bad idea for him to have a conniption. And why the fuck would this family actually be out in the middle of the night? Especially when their kids should actually be having 10 hours of sleep.
Dang it! We didn't think about that one.
Kids, wake up! We're going turtle saving!
Right after I finish my nap.
No, Templeton. There is not a second to spare.
God damn it, whore, you will not let that go.
What the fuck? That's a snapping turtle. Why the fuck did you bring that thing here? These things are fucking dangerous. Then again, that makes me wonder, did Lana actually hide this turtle somewhere around the fucking house so she could use that against Lori in A Fridge Too Far? God, that still kills me. Then again, the turtle died afterward. And speaking of Lana,
Hey, Mom and Dad. I passed finishing school with honors. I took first in the state math bowl.
What the fuck is so funny?
Lin Lau Jr. is wearing glasses. It's not even you see an athlete girl wearing glasses. I can't say it straight. Okay, I'm gonna try and get this right. Okay, this is a little too extreme. It's not every day you see an athlete girl wearing glasses. Oh my God. Oh man, she looks stupid. God damn. Hey, you didn't have to go and fucking hit me like that, Kevin. I was having a great damn time with this. Okay, anyways.
We just took our practice SATs. My verbal score went up 200 points.
Mine too. So now it's 200.
Wow. Smart as they come and go, don't they? At least they don't think alike like they did in Phantom Pains. Speaking of, I got a few mixed results with that episode.
Behold the fruits of my ceramic labors. 13 full place settings.
Survey says... You took the him out, but... You mother...
I made the all-star team.
I got a basketball Jones, ooh, baby. Ooh.
Survey says...
I will go
made the entire interstate from here to Flint.
Talk about child labor. I don't know if anyone in that studio was actually beaten when they were a kid, but you don't have to push it into this one and actually see how other kids would actually see how their own kids would get beaten by their own parents. Hell, I thought people on the beach actually like kicking sharks when they're a guppy.
I tutored some new citizens in English, then registered them to vote.
I helped solve the city's parking crisis.
Now that, I'll say, now that is a beautiful bun in her hair. She is definitely cute as honey on a biscuit.
Wow, guys, this is all so amazing. We're so proud of you.
What say we take a little break and get our ice cream on, huh?
Sorry, Daddy. Ice cream doesn't look good on a resume, especially if you spill it.
Plus, it'll literally just make us sluggish.
Nice girl, but about as sharp as a sack of wet mice.
Well, how about a little trip to the movies?
I don't see how that will help us get ahead in life.
Regretfully, I must concur. Now we must excuse ourselves to study our state capital's flashcards.
Uh-oh, look what you've done.
See how the trouble you've started? It's your fault, you bumbling metalheads!
Uh-oh, the parents cause a downside to their brains.
No ice cream?
No movie?
We're failing our kids!
But as bad as freaking habit with these cliches, guess what the parents are gonna end up doing?
Can we make this quick? You're cutting into our well-rounded time.
No, none of that! None of that.
Forget about everything. Just go have fun.
Is this a trick?
No, this is...
Oh, my nose!
How's that for calling them, eh?
We're sorry we've been forcing all these activities on you guys. We got so caught up in worrying about your future that we forgot about your present.
But what about college? And our resumes?
And embracing the art.
You know, with Lisa actually saying that, it's kind of hard to believe that she would actually be into arts and crafts now when really they're not her thing.
That stuff's important, but there'll be plenty of time for that. You're kids. You should enjoy being kids.
Whoop, there it is. Don't rush life. I'd be lying if I said I didn't see that coming. But honestly, there's something about this episode that doesn't work that way. Don't force your kids to grow up so quickly, otherwise they're gonna miss out on the good life of being a kid. Should try telling that to Rita how the way she forced Lincoln into playing football the same way y'all did to Lucy into playing basketball. But somewhat Toads and Tiara actually worked better than this.
Lenny, there's a... whatever. Say hi to the internet.
Hey there, Louds. We're off to the Postal Museum.
Good fuck, it's them again. And there's something I never got to mention in this review. Is it just me or these people kind of remind me a bit of Ned Flanders from The Simpsons?
Hens love roosters, geese love ganders, everyone else loves Ned Flanders.
You know, the next door neighbor, how Homer Simpson's always bashing about how he's too goody and holy. Then again, in the Fairly Odd Parents, the next door neighbor that Mr. Turner actually hates, I can't remember what his name was. Is it Dinglebird or is it Dinglebird? I'm not sure. I just kind of see these vibes actually in these smiling ass characters I don't like staring at.
Just having fun.
Fun? What's the purpose of that?
Now sit your happy asses back and let Mrs. Loud tell you the real reason.
Well, we think that in this competitive world, it's good to let kids unwind a little.
Huh, we didn't think of that one.
Probably you guys are just pedal smiling too much, or maybe it's kind of the bad hair look that you guys stole from Sausage Party. And I fucking hated how those humans look.
I guess if we switch from the 12 o'clock tour to the 12:15, we can squeeze in 7 minutes of fun. What do you say, kids?
Tonight let's have fun and live
Hey, while the kids are playing, you want to watch videos of old people falling out of boats?
Do I?
This universe is so cruel about watching people die off boats or anything else. Then again, if this is on America's Funniest Home Video, then I guess it could be so much fun, just as long as nobody doesn't die in them.
Survey says...
Yeah, look out, pooper going through. Please keep your hands inside the porta potty while you take a drink, bitch!
So this has become future tense. Okay, so this is not a bad or a good episode. It's just not really an admirable one for anyone else's interest, even mine's included. Yeah, because from the very beginning, I actually knew what was going to happen in this episode. Right from the start when the new freaky-ass neighbors actually came to the neighborhood, unexpectedly. And somewhat, we all knew what the moral of the message was actually going to be, about the kids becoming mature and actually learning to be a different kind of person. But then Rita and Lynn actually learned that they should let their kids be free to do whatever they want and not let them grow up so fast. I totally actually saw this coming. But to be really fair, at least Rita and Lynn actually get the spotlight for the first time. Since this is season 2, and season 2 actually really did have a lot of good episodes, I just wish some of the other seasons were just like this, especially season 5. And I kind of really did the actual dialogue part where they were dropping their kids off. I had a few chuckles every once in a while, but everything else did not make me feel laughter. But the huge problem with this episode is the execution itself. Because while I was enjoying so much of season 2's episodes with Party Down, Fed Up, Pulp Friction, probably Ellis for Love, Out of the Picture, Back Out There, Back in Black, or even Yes Man or Friend or Foe. But when I came to this episode, since this was probably the last episode I watched from season 2, somehow I predicted about what was going to happen in this episode, and that's why half the execution doesn't work in this one. As Rita and Lynn actually meet these fancy-ass neighbors who I kind of dislike, compared to me hating the Millers, they think that they were failing their kids and they try to make them successful. And even the gag actually didn't even work in this episode, because anytime when the parents actually see the fancy kind of people, they gotta tell their children to do this and don't do that. Be free to do what you want to do. It's Saturday. Get yourself cleaned up. We're going out to an opera. I just think that fancy ass family just was actually in this episode just for filler to advance the plot and not to be actual characters. And about what I said about with Toads and Tierra, why that one works so better than this one, the reason why that episode actually works so much better is because the execution, and it had a perfect lesson of the actual episode. Yeah, it's about that episode about being yourself, but at least it was better than Picture Perfect, and this one actually told it well, especially when we got some good development on Lana, when she was trying to be perfect like all the other girls at the pageant, when she really can't give in that she can't help being herself. Which I think is what this episode was kind of trying to do, like what Toads and Tierra did. But now when I look at this episode, it kind of makes me think of Right and Wrong, how the way Rita was actually trying to make her kids be all perfect so she can get the job she always dreamed of having. You know, like I said, when it always comes to the spotlight of it being on the parents, the kids are always acting so freaking loud and chaotic. But in this one, they weren't even destroying the house like a bunch of idiots. They were just being so much outside and just being who they are, which makes it less aggressive. So from my point of standards, you have to watch this at least once and you can decide of what you think about it. But if I may be a sis, don't say I didn't tell you so. I'm the Loud House Critic, and I gotta watch the MIB before doing the next one.
Me time, a little room to breathe, time, a little quiet and peace I've never had.
Well, Chandler, I told you so. Huh, that does feel good.